And now for your enjoyment and edification, a calming Sunday message from Ape Andy.
What's up, lady apes, gentlemen apes? This is Ape Andy. It's gonna be about our ape community meme stock. Yes, GME, AMC, GME. I love both the same. Brothers and sisters, ape family, ladies apes, gentlemen apes. We're all ape family, ape community. Now, a couple of main key points here. So, you know, Growing Kitty is tweeting, and it seems that the meme stock saga is having a sequel. Okay, so getting straight to the point. A couple of things. This is not for investment purposes. This is only for information sharing and entertainment purpose, if you may. Okay, so not investment advice. Okay, you have to make your own decisions. Now, I'm speaking only for myself. I invest only the money that I can afford to lose. Pay my bills, pay my mortgage, and then with the leftover money, I use part of it, not all of it, leftover money to invest. So if it goes down the drain, then, well, you feel bad for about 5 minutes, then that's okay. Make peace with it. It's not going to affect your living cost, your mortgage, your rent, your bills, children's tuition. Okay, so now it's equal, right? So you put in, I'm speaking for myself, I put in only an amount that I can afford to lose. And you look at the options chain of GME. Even if it closes below 30 or 25 for this Friday, which is May the 17th, 2024, there are still many call option contracts which are in the money. If anybody who's watching this video who's holding one of those call option contracts, you could say, oh, I made money, and then I'll sell it back to the the market maker. Well, you make a little small profit. But if you exercise those contracts,
right.
If everyone does that, just look inside the option chain for May 17th, 2024. ITM in the money. If all those contracts were exercised, what's the going to do? They're going to have to buy shares ATM at the market come Monday and then satisfy those contracts. That's an if. So all you contract holders, if I may, these are not investment advice. It's only informative and entertainment purposes. Exercise the contracts. Make the buy the shares this coming Monday. That'll do probably, maybe, a gamma squeeze. Gamma squeeze again. And so it'll be explosive next week, starting next week. It'll be explosive again. All right? So, yeah, for AMC apes, I love AMC and GME the same. But if you really want to help AMC, if you love AMC, if you really want to help AMC, use your efforts to focus on GME for now. Why am I saying this? Don't you want to be fair? Don't you want to be fair and a bandy? Yes, because I want to take care of the AMC apes, focus now on the GME. Because once GME goes, it'll take along AMC. GME has to be the leader so that AMC could benefit. The float is too large in AMC to be the leader, to bring along GME. It has to be GME the leader, helping AMC. So if you want to help AMC, help GME for now. Okay? Okay? Make this video short. It's almost 5 minutes. Have a good one. I'm still here in the ape community, just not making videos as much because the gigs are back. COVID is over, right? So the gigs are back. I gotta have meetings, emails, meetings, go to clients, check out the venue for the events, this and that, everything. So yes, I admit, kind of busy. And but I'm still ape Andy, part of the ape community. Love you all, apes, lady apes, gentlemen apes. See you in the next one.
You can't kill Michael Moass!
Help yourself
This is what happens when you work to change.
by helping AMC,
What do you fucking want from me?
by helping
My dick!
You know, if you don't understand,
GameStop.
it's better sometimes not to speak and just
That's a new one.
complete imbecile in the matter.
Haven't heard that one yet.
Okay, so
Who?
Man, fuck you. I think you were.
Well, good evening.
Understand what I'm saying?
What a fucking week it was.
is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I don't even know what to say or where to start. So
First they think
just do what we normally do.
I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
and then all this
Because
world.
nothing seems to have changed. Oh, by the way. Yeah. Andy. Ape Andy. Dandy. Dandy Andy. So, GME has to go so that it can take AMC along with it, right? Is that the case? Is that so? Is that so? Well, get out of here, all this. Okay. How about this? Oh, boy. Okay. Well, it looks like he was actually right. Wasn't he? GameStop went. And it took AMC with it. How about that? Boy, that's something. Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's, moving on to another grifter.
These bullshit ass YouTubers come out and they'll,
Oh!
yeah, we're the same. We're partners. We got to all get along. It's like, no, we are not. Ryan Cohen is in GameStop. You want to support retail? You want to support GameStop? And that's what you're all about? Then why the hell aren't you buying GameStop?
Wow.
What
Well,
is it that you think?
because it's a shit. Why would? Why the hell aren't you buying a GameStop? He's so mad, bro. So mad. Oh, I'm gonna get the voice channel set up here momentarily so y'all can jump in. Because I need help. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I really don't. So I figured I'd start, with an obvious
Think you're missing.
and obviously wrong.
Why is it that when GameStop starts rattling cages up in this bitch, everyone follows suit?
Good question. Well, they must be just as retarded as you, I guess.
It's not because they're all connected. It's because they have to run with GameStop. There's collateral out there. I guarantee you. I put this on my son's life. 3 years.
What? Whoa! What? Hey, Marantz, are you willing to put your short volume hot take on your son's life too? And another various misstatements that you fail to recognize. But wow, that's something. This guy really cares.
Is up in this bitch. Everyone follows suit. It's not because they're all connected. It's because they have to run with GameStop. There's collateral out there. I guarantee you. I put this on my son's life. 3 years ago, if no one's buying into AMC, GameStop's still running today.
What?
All you guys.
What?
You guys got bamboozled by a damn sexting 69-year-old asking girls to 69 that are just happen to be 59 years younger than him.
Wow. That was like total right-wing fucking play on words right that he did right there. Did you catch that? That was like a Karl Rove, Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk type statement that he just made there. I'm serious. Listen to this. He's a straight up AM talk radio wannabe host. Listen.
AMC, GameStop's still running today. But all you guys got bamboozled by a damn sexting 69-year-old asking girls to 69 that are just happen to be 59 years younger than him.
Oh my God. It's straight out of right-wing talk radio. Oh my God. Marantz. Oh my God. Dude. You belong on AM radio, pal. Oh my God. Okay. A 69-year-old asking girls to 69 with him that just happened to be 59 years younger. Yeah, that's Charlie Kirk. That's Dave Rubin. Oh my God. This guy watches too much Dave Rubin. This guy, you think he's a Tim Pool fan? This guy listens way too much to fucking Joe Rogan. Oh, you know he's a Joe Rogan fan, right? He's got to be. What about Tom Segura? I don't know. I mean, he might be a Tom Segura fan. Disgusting. Okay. Anyway, let me get my bearings back.
69-year-old asking girls to 69 that are just happen to be. But all you guys got bamboozled by a damn sexting 69-year-old asking girls to 69 that are just happen to be 59 years younger than him.
That's great.
Where will the money come from if all of us profit tens of thousands? Tens of thousands.
Well,
Bro.
I'll answer that since he probably won't. Or will he? I don't know. Well, let's see.
We were all up hundreds, this last week. Yeah, I don't think you understand. In the world of investing, there's
okay.
And there's billions of dollars on the playing field. But private equity and hedge funds.
Private equity, here we go. It's private equity's fault. Dude. Did he take profits last week during what was it? What was the percentage run up? Did he? Did he take profits in this run up? I'm looking at 360 fucking percent. Who doesn't take profits on a 360% rise? If he didn't, then he's an idiot. And I think by all accounts, he probably should have. So that's negligent. That is a negligent lack of action. If he did, and he's representing to his fans that he didn't, then he's a fraud. Or he has no skin in the game and it doesn't matter. Like, the answer would be N/A, not applicable. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
Now, I'm personally in that camp. I don't think he has a goddamn cent on the line here. Because if he had 1 cent on the line, would be so illogical and say such ridiculously absurd things? I makes no sense to me. But we'll come back to this idiot. We will come back to this idiot. Wants me to keep it muted, apparently. Okay.
I got another update on the AMC GME, GameStop and AMC play, the two plays. I'm seeing the same thing that I saw back in 2021.
Oh, really?
Same thing I saw.
Oh, really?
2021. Like,
okay. Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah. You know, it is pretty much the same. But go on.
what's one of the most depressing days of the year? One of the most depressing days of the year is the day after Christmas, because the anticipation on Christmas and when Christmas get here is like all fun and games. Everybody got gifts and everybody. But the day after, when you come back to reality and you know you got to go back to work Monday, and see what I'm saying? It's like the short sellers, the head
come back to reality and realize,
they got a lot of psychological people on.
They didn't give me batteries with this. Batteries not included. And then they bring it back to Toys R Us and they ask to see the manager. And Model 3 dude's like, it says right here, ma'am, batteries not included. But we happen to sell batteries right over here in aisle 4. I had more to say, but I was muted, so it's probably better.
What to do to you? They planned this the whole time.
Oh.
The big frenzy, roaring kitty, stocks running up 100%, 150%, or whatever.
360%.
One day, the next day it plummets, and
well, nobody's selling though. It's not a pump and dump. Nobody's selling. Remember that. Very important.
They want to have everybody in a depressing mood when everything when it looked like everything is over, and now we having downward pressure, and we're coming up on a pullback. The uncertainty, the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, of doubt, and fear, uncertainty, and doubt of we don't know when we're gonna have the next run up, or why didn't I sell when the stock got to 13? I should have just sold. And like, don't fall for that. Like, don't fall for that. You're not. It's only a small 1% of traders out here who've been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years, who could time the top at 13 and bought back in at $5.50, and like, you can't worry about none of that. Don't get depressed because the stock went up, and I see the FUD. I see the YouTubers coming out. Is this
the
end?
FUD?
Aron dropped shares, and is this the end? Now we're going down again, and all that crying. Like, that gets on my nerve. Either you have conviction or you don't. And
true.
Of course,
that's
there was a lot
true.
of retail investors that were new to the market when this whole thing started, and got introduced to the market through AMC and GME. So we got into play. It ran up. We looking for a short squeeze to 200, 300, 400, but it stopped at an AMC. I'm talking about AMC, and it stopped at 70, 77 or whatever, and it came back down. And everybody wished they would have sold. Like, listen, we were new in the market back then, and it's not that AMC is a bad play. It's that we wasn't market gurus back then, but we've seen enough now to know there's no YouTuber should be coming out like, oh, they dropped shares, and look, it was at 13, now it's back down to $6. Is it over? Look what they're doing it to us again. And all, man, stop that. Like, we're in the play. Do you have conviction? Like, contrary to what the new investors believed with the AMC and GME play, ask Warren Buffett. Ask those type of guys. Stocks are plays are for years. If this is 5 years worth being a millionaire, ask yourself that. Yes.
Is it worth? Is 5 years worth being broke?
So this microwave mentality of put it in for 30 seconds and I'm a millionaire. Buy some AMC, it goes to the moon. Buy some GME, it goes to the moon, and I'm a million. Like that's never been how it worked. That's never been how it worked. So they're gonna use that mindset to prey upon you through the derivatives market.
How?
Options.
Who? How?
You know what I'm saying?
Who's saying that? Who's doing that?
I'm not telling.
Not that I know of.
Anybody to buy, hold, or sell a stock. Either you got conviction or you don't. People with conviction ride the wave up. That's not my bracket. If it comes down, continue.
Bracket. Oh, bringing in some Lou references there. That's a Louism.
In a play.
Rest in peace.
It could take 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, I get the point. Right? If you either have conviction or you don't. You either believe in it and, you know, he who believes and is reborn is saved, right? He who believes and is baptized is saved, right? The thing is, it's not really the issue. The issue is, what is it in which you supposedly have conviction? Now, I guess I'm off-color comments, but I'm going to keep them to myself. But let me just say this. If you have conviction about something that is not supported by any evidence whatsoever, in other words, if you have conviction in a faith-based belief, faith-based belief, well, isn't it sort of to be expected that you're going to have people questioning that, pointing out, hey, by the way, you know there's no evidence for that, right? By the way, your belief is based on falsehoods. By the way, yada, yada, yada. So you can have conviction in that. Sure. I can have conviction that the earth is flat. I have all the conviction in the world. But it doesn't make it true, and it doesn't make me any less of a fucking moron for believing that and prancing around like some enlightened folk, you know, because I think I know something. Best, you know, Tony Sand, rest in peace, said it the best. He said it the best. Here, listen. Tony said this.
And, you know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven complete imbecile in the matter. Okay, so.
Better not to speak. Better not to speak. So, yeah. Going back in time here. I am going back in time through our group chat and pulling out links and playing them. Continuing.
The meme rally is already over. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. So I thought
Chris
was going to pile into GameStop and AMC stock, and I guess Tesla, and a bunch of other random clown garbage companies. Everybody was going to pile in. We were going to have the Moass. All the poor people who have been screwed by the bankers were going to get rich, and Wall Street and all the hedge funds were going to implode. How many times do you need to be deceived by this false narrative?
That's a good question.
That's GameStop and AMC stock this morning. And of course, they're both down massively. GameStop because it's a crappy business that's dying, and AMC because it's also a crappy business that's dying, that just issued a bunch of shares to fortify their balance sheet. They are loving you apes. Oh, they love taking your money so they can pay themselves salaries and keep their dying business going for another year or two, and you're left holding the bags of their garbage dying company. But that's neither here nor there. So AMC GameStop.
I love this right here. This is a great view.
And
Look at this.
It's a, regular market where garbage stocks tend to go down and then eventually go to zero over time. It's a beautiful thing.
When you zoom out, though.
Well, some blame the hedge funds. It's always the hedgy.
So
it's just like
what I love about this. Thanks, Chris. What I love about this is this follows the pattern that we have said it will follow this whole time, going back to about here. This is when we started saying this, when we started saying anything publicly. And it's funny because right after we started on YouTube, I remember that this happened. And I got all kinds of shit for it. Oh, you're wrong, Scott. Scotty, you're an idiot. You're a hedgy. Blah, blah, blah. Look, it's going back up. Then I just continued to point out what I pointed out. And so down it went. And as it went down, we said, the way these things work is the first event is the event. This was the event. If you missed this, you missed the main event. You missed the headline act. Okay? You missed the big one. Sorry. Now, with any major event, there's going to be sympathetic resonance or aftershocks, right? Nothing, well, okay, not nothing, but I'm thinking about the weather. The weather does this. The weather will make a spike way up. It'll get super hot one day, and then it'll pull back, and then it'll kind of get more hot, but not quite as hot as it got the first time, right? Okay. Natural type of movement. It's related to oscillations and springs. Not the kind of spring, not the wound up spring that's going to ricochet and blow the top off of the stock market. That's not what I'm talking about. Think pendulum. Okay. Anyway. Or a bouncy ball. A super high bouncy ball. Right? Rubber ball. The first bounce is the highest. The second bounce is lower. The third bounce is lower still. Fourth lower. Fifth lower and lower and lower until eventually it does not bounce. And that's oftentimes what is seen. And that is exactly what was seen here. And that is exactly what we said back here would be seen. And that's what was seen. Can I say that again in even more of a passive voice? It was said that this would be seen. And now it is being said that this is what was and is being seen. Lower and lower and lower, smaller bounces. And this one, I mean, this, you know, I have one. Let's see if I can even do it. It's been so long since it has been so long since I've tried to do this. You're like, what? Fuck. God damn it. That, my friends, is a limp dick. represented in symbolic hieroglyphics. Okay, that is a Northeast Ohio hieroglyphics flaccid penis. In other words, that. I mean, come on. And look how much volume it required, too. Where's volume? Look how much volume. It's some of the highest volume that's been seen, bar none. It is the highest volume that was seen, bar none. Yeah? Come on, get the hell off here. Why is that not leaving? Leave. Jeez. Trading view. Come on. Okay. So, anyway, yeah. This volume here. And you know what's also interesting? I'm going to pop over to Chart Exchange real quick to show something. Because this was absolutely fascinating, too, to me. The borrow fee. I don't care about the borrow fee, okay? I don't. I give a fuck about the borrowing fee. But check it out, though. And who cares about the fucking moving average of the borrowing fee? If there's anything more useless. Okay. Check this out, though. This is interesting. On this chart here, right? And I'll look at Donald Young's comment in a second here, but check it out. We are looking at AMC. The candles are the price. Okay. No. Candles are the borrowing fee. No. Candles are the price. Yes, okay. God damn it. Well, it says price right next to it. You know, this is a confusing site. Anyway. The candles are the price. Period. The line here, which is like barely visible. But see, that's whatever. This is the borrowing fee. Because it shot up to whatever, 20%. And now it's down here. Yeah. 11. Right? And then the histogram down here, bars, the gray bars, that's the available shares to borrow. And keep in mind, this is all on Interactive Brokers. So this is one slice of the data, right? One slice of the data. But as you see... Oh, okay, Donald. We're gonna talk about your off exchange and your short volume here in a minute because it's funny you bring that up. But and you can machine gun all of the 8 points you want at me. Doesn't matter. I mean, just save your keystrokes. We're gonna get to all that and talk about why it's wrong. But well, we might get to it. I've gotten to all of it many times over the last 3 years. But it's just interesting to me how you see the share availability dwindle down to basically nothing. And then the price shoots up, right? And then the borrowing fee shoots up. And then shoots down with the price as the shares available to borrow are restored. So what does that say? What does that say? Okay. If you had been, well, anyway, you're right. But there are reasons to be defensive. You're wrong about that. If you don't like the way that I present my insight, Alt F4 is the keystroke for you, okay? Seriously. Yes, I have an attitude. If you don't like it, fuck off. That's my philosophy. Or deal with it and learn something. I'm sick and tired of these apes and their holier than thou, but dumber than everyone bullshit. Okay? So, sorry, Snowflake. Get over it.
You're being a little bitch.
Right, Charles. Okay. Probably just lost a viewer and a subscriber. Good thing I'm not in it for that. Okay, anyway. Evidence. That's all I'm showing here. Evidence. All right, anyway. Not rooting for the 1%. You're new. Stick around or watch some of my other videos and or streams, and you'll see why that is possibly the stupidest thing that you could say. That right there. Okay. All right, buddy. You have officially earned my lack of attention. Thank you. At least now I don't have to worry. Okay, anyway. Yes, I'm being a dick tonight.
Evil suit wearing men that are just conspiring to keep the poor down. That is a possible explanation. Or it's market manipulation. Or the clowns that got in early are taking profits. That's what I suspect is going on. Because the mechanics of a pump and dump are always the same. The earlier you get in, the more you make. The later that you get in, the more likely that you lose a part or even all of your money that you invested. It's the same way every time. But there's another reason that the meme rally has failed. And I guess maybe nobody else has talked about this yet. Meme stocks, I think, are finished. I think they were a temporary thing that happened during the pandemic. A very special time in our history. Because, before the pandemic, I guess Robinhood existed. I guess. I didn't really know about Robinhood until after the pandemic started and everybody was a stock picker. But during the time of the pandemic, we all had access to these amazing, free trading apps that allowed us to buy and sell stocks for free, but somehow Robinhood makes money. That's interesting. And, the average investor could now buy stuff.
It's not about who they are. It's about what they're saying. A lot of people believe it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Donald Young is someone who needs to listen more and talk less. If you catch my drift, Lynn.
And there were these huge communities that formed on Reddit, Wall Street Bets. So we had these communities. We had that they could plot together. That's the real plot that's going on. We had free trading apps. And then we had this other thing, boredom, because we were all locked down. At least if you weren't an essential worker, you got locked down. Everything shut down.
All right. So we've been over this a lot. Chris and I are on the same page, so there's no reason to belabor that. Not that it's belaboring, but, in the interest of time. Moving on. Here's another one.
What is going on? Wanted to come in here, do a quick AMC video. I know it's been forever since I've been here, but people have been asking me to make a video, so I just wanted to come on, tell you kind of where I stand with everything.
Cool.
Where I'm at. I never left. There just hasn't really been a reason to make a video. I feel like in the last, however long it's been, 6-7 months, maybe a year. You know, the last few AMC videos I made before I kind of parted ways from YouTube and making videos was me talking about, you know, what we're waiting for. We've gone through the dilution. We've enabled AMC to have adequate capital for the recovery that we're going to start seeing, that we already are seeing, you know, coming into 2024, really the whole year. I mean, the movie line is stacked from 2024, all the, you know, and all the way through 2025. Obviously, we had our last earnings that took place first quarter.
We call this copium, copium. I don't know. This is he's running through all the reasons why he didn't throw his money away.
It was still held down a little bit by the Hollywood strikes, right? We can only do so much. We have our revenues from popcorn, from, you know, now our AMC Cinema Suites, getting into the alcohol industry. Like, everything's looking really well for increasing revenue aside from just movies. So hopefully we can continue doing that as a company. So if something like the Hollywood strikes ever happens again, or just movie strikes in general, or maybe another pandemic, you know, we're in a situation where we have revenue coming from other areas, regardless if people are
he has spread a lot of misinformation, and he's this guy is he's a conspiracy theorist, like, to the nth degree, too. Not going to get into politics, but, you know, you can imagine. So that's probably clouded his judgment when it comes, well, not probably, it has. I mean, let's be honest. These people are not using critical thinking of any kind. And it probably goes, if we see him making these shitty decisions about what they think, how they think the stock market works and what they think they should do, sorry, chances are they make shitty decisions elsewhere as well, applying the same lack of critical thinking. And I think it's important to highlight this stuff because it is influencing people. It has influenced people. And that's, you know, what's unfortunate to me is that from 2021 on, if you search for AMC or AMC stock on YouTube, the only results you get, well, the only results you got then, and mostly now, most of the results you get now still are people like this. And I can, you know, understand why. There's a lot more money to be made in doing what he's done than doing what I've done. In fact, it's cost me to do this. So why would anybody do it? But also, there's something severely wrong with the system where you go look something up and all you get is this false misinformation, for lack of a better term. It's fucked up. But that's not how YouTube is on everything. I've learned a ton on YouTube, not just about finance, all kinds of stuff. So it's, and there's bad advice in all fields as well, but this is particularly egregious. And during that boredom of the pandemic, well, it gave me something to do. Anyway, nobody cared. Nobody still cares. So that's why at this point, I have taken the gloves off. The gloves have fucking come off. If you are still spouting these, you can't even call it knowledge. You are still talking this nonsense. Yeah. Gloves have come off. Anyway.
It's a fairly new thing. The popcorn industry is a huge industry, but
who cares about fucking popcorn?
Starting to open the doors.
This 22-year-old fucking guy is sitting here talking about the popcorn industry. Go fuck yourself. You are a fucking idiot.
You know, it's a very popular thing. Every time I go to Walmart, regardless of which one it is, it's still impossible to keep up on the shelves. And I don't think it's just because AMC has a huge retail backing, but I think it's because it's a really good product.
Oh, it's a really good product,
so
yeah.
That being said,
my grandma loves it.
I haven't gone anywhere, to be quite honest with
Fuck
you guys. It was kind of a bite in the ass having Obviously, if you had a lot of shares before with the reverse split, it was very unfortunate. If you had 1,000 shares, now you only had 100. But
what?
The one thing I will say,
yeah,
AMC being,
tell me you don't understand how market cap and number of float shares work without saying such. Oh, it's unfortunate. I have fewer shares now. Good.
Price, I've been accumulating many, many more shares. Got myself kind of back up to where I was before. We got diluted and reverse split. And, at this price, a couple $100 will get you a nice chunk of shares. So
who cares about AMC branding fucking Pop Weaver popcorn? That's what it is. It's a branding deal, which is what most companies do. But that's what companies like GE, for example, what they exclusively do now. They don't make anything. They put their name on something that somebody else makes. So whoop-de-fucking-do, AMC put their name on somebody else's popcorn and on somebody else's candy. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? That is not their core business.
Accumulating as long as I can. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but before the preliminary earnings came out, after hours, which was about a week before the actual earnings, I was watching the chart. Guys, for a brief moment, the price action on AMC went insane after hours. And then they did what they do. They, whatever algorithm, Citadel or virtue kick in, it kind of halted price action, drove it right back down to where it started. But we're in that moment now where volume's been suppressed for so long. We're starting to see an increase in volume on both GameStop and AMC. And to me, that's exciting. I want the volatility. But when you see those spikes like on earnings and prior earnings, it ramps up like uncontrollably and then they drive it back down. It shows that they're losing control of buying pressure on this, whether it be from the algorithm wanting to buy because the earnings have, was a substantial beat or whatever it may be. It's getting very, very interesting. So me personally, still been here, haven't been making videos because, again, there really is no need for it. I don't want to have to, come on here. I haven't wanted to come on here and explain myself why I'm holding. What we've been waiting for is here now. We needed product to create revenue. And the product, which is the movies, are stacked for the rest of 2024 and going into 2025. Again, I think second quarter of this year of 2024 is going to be substantially better than expectations because even Q1, they expected it to be absolutely terrible. And they beat the expectations by a huge amount. So really excited about that. I think Q2 is going to be incredible. What we really need to do is...
Oh, they beat the expectations. Wow. The movies are not stacked. It doesn't matter. That's not going to cause a short squeeze. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, you got to be careful on those futures contracts. You don't want to end up with a truckload of oil or popcorn kernels at your doorstep. Yeah, that can be a problem. Okay, so it got some national play too this past week. The whole meme rally got some national media, MSM financial media, albeit at CNBC, but still. Exposure.
Stocks like AMC and GameStop losing some steam today, but still seeing huge gains this week. Let's get some insight now on what the retail investors thinking about the meme trades and the bigger Dow run to 40K. Retail trader and online personality Ryan Manoski, known as StockMo, joins us now. His YouTube channel, also called StockMo, has well over 600,000.
Why in the world would they talk to this fucking clown?
I appreciate being on here. Thank you.
It's interesting that we're seeing both the
Don't answer that.
market and the meme stocks really perking up this week. What do you think is going on here?
Well, I asked the community yesterday, I said, why are we moving into some of these plays? And for example, today, I see Faraday Future Intelligent Electric absolutely exploding up. And it's the short squeeze. Some people want to go ahead and get the bears. They want to attack the shorts. And you're seeing that play up 3,100% in 3 days? You got GameStop, of course. Warren Giddy, he came out and post after 3 years? 3 years, he doesn't say a word. We get a little bit of a little guy.
Oh, man.
Paying attention. Right. And now we're getting a lot of video clips through there. And of course, we know that he has a huge, just a huge community from back in 2021. And so that's driving a lot of interest in these meme plays right now.
Yeah, and I think what I find so striking about it is it'd be one thing if he did a one-off post or Ryan Cohen or any of these guys, but it's got to be more than a coincidence that this happens at the same time that the broader market is making new highs. And if I think back to the last time around when AMC and GameStop were jumping, it was January of 2021. The market again was in a period where it was about to go off, it kind of have a blow off top later that year. So there just seems to be plenty of money sloshing around, for lack of a better word, right? It's not as if this consumer is feeling so strapped that they're thinking to themselves, I better get my money out of the market instead of pouring it in.
No, I agree with that. People are seeing opportunities out there. And I think one of the big things that Wall Street doesn't understand about the retail community is that if they just wanted that 10% annually, they would go into the S&P 500. They are looking for bigger gains. They are also looking for reason to invest, to be a part of something bigger than the individual. So when you see these meme plays and people talk about the communities are huge, it's a different time now than it was, say, 20 years ago. Online allows people.
It's a different time now than it was 3 fucking years ago. And also, want to be part of a community? Yeah, that's exactly right. They want to be part of a community. Whereas the market is about making money. There's a disconnect there. You don't need to be a member of this fucking clown's community and pay him a monthly or whatever subscription fee so you can get bullshit pump and dump penny stock plays. That's the community. Fuck the community. Because it's not about making money for them. It's about this guy making money off of the community. I can't listen to this anymore. This guy is such a fucking LARP. Simp. Just absurd. No. No thanks. There's nothing, there's not a single goddamn thing that we can take out of that.
What's going on, guys? Welcome.
Or this, but, you know. Okay, this is from 3 days ago. Look, trade 1348. Now, notice he changed his branding. His branding has changed. It's now Gabe Trades. Is this literally what once was Review Dork? Yes. Yes, it is. He changed the name of the channel. Okay. All right. Anyway. Yeah, this clown. They all come out of the woodwork. They all come out of the woodwork because they can make a buck. But we're going to look at that too.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Gabe's Trades. Now, the past couple of days have been interesting in the meme stock world. Out of nowhere, Roaring Kitty comes back to Twitter as if he just got released from a half.
Donald, I'm gonna say something. You're not gonna like it. You have no fucking idea what FTDs are, what they represent, and how they may or may not impact the price of a given security. Okay? I've been over this extensively. I'm not going to go over it again, but I'm just telling you that ain't going to get any traction here because everybody here also understands what the fuck is going on. So take the FTD talk back over to Reddit or back over to whoever, wherever. But, you know, like I said, you can type all the shit that you want. I don't know why you're trying to convince me. And quite frankly, you know, I don't need that. I don't need it. Yeah. One second. Technical difficulties here. Well, I'll just play this.
I was spitting out Zach Morris, the infamous Twitter pump and dumper, starts tweeting AMC to the moon. And then Andrew Tate suddenly wants to be put back on house arrest by GME, all while launching a whole new course and website over at Game Over Matrix. And I'm not putting the link down in the description because I'm not an affiliate yet. Fuck. The sad truth is you all will probably make more money selling Hustler University programs than he will diamond handing AMC and GME because it's a tradable stock. Now, are you triggered? Good. I'm glad you're triggered. You failed. Now, the market has no room for emotional midlife crisis bandana wearing 19-year-old betas who hope one day to own a Lambo for unlimited pussy, or Twitter bot army brats who want to silence anyone who doesn't agree with their opinion or delicate perspective of life. Now, before any of you dare say, "Coach it, sir," or that I jump back in on the meme stop bandwagon, nope. Didn't buy AMC or GME. Personally, wished I shorted it. I wished I shorted both twice, but rather I spend my time in the futures market because that's where men build their future, pun fucking intended. It's where Trade 1348, which I created at trade1348.com, it's the real market cheat code. It's where the real cheat code exists. It's not over at SMC or ICT. We are changing thousands of lives while you sit there bitching and
moaning. Oh, okay. So this is a big fucking ad for Trade 1348.
I generated. But you feel like a man because
that's all this is. It's a big fucking ad for Trade 1348. Wow. Okay. Let's see what's in the search results. So, you know, just generally here, this whole thing is I mean, it's another typical short cover rally pump and dump. That's all this is. I didn't really see any need to make any big deal about any of it. Because we've seen this time and time again over time. The same exact thing is played out. And I suspect that the massive volume is just having to do with the size of the float. So, but, you know, the questions I do have is like, well, we'll get to that, maybe. So let's take a look over here on Reddit. Looking at these ortex updates here that the ortex shill has posted for us. I'm going to open up Friday's closing bell, Thursday's closing bell, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So these are the end of the day updates. Okay, so and if I had time, I would have put now who Lynn, would you do the honors? If you want to. I just think it's funny. In fact, there's plenty of reason to be rude. There's plenty of fucking reason to be rude. In the face of willful ignorance, unrelenting willful ignorance, and all of these channels here, you have all these guys. You have all of these guys who believe what you believe. They believe the same thing that you do, which is dumb and stupid and has caused you to lose 90% of your fucking portfolio. But they agree with you. Go there. Go there and be stupid. But here, no. The one fucking place The one fucking place. It's like when you go into school in grade school and the teacher tells you to take your hat off. You're going inside a building. This is taking your hat off. Either you come and listen and you know, and comment appropriately, or if you come in and you don't want to take your hat off, which in this analogy is trying to convince us that somehow AMC is going to, I don't know, whatever, convince us of the ape narrative, then you're going to get a demerit. You're going to get, you know, sent to the principal's office. Because this is the one place you can't wear your fucking hat. So, you know, take your hat off or leave, in other words. Anyway, and if that means that you know, what comes off as rude, well, quite frankly, the apes have absolutely zero reference. They have zero baseline for gauging what is rude and what is not rude, because they think that talking, quote unquote, bad about AMC, which would really be something like saying, you know, facts about the earnings, talking about, you know, the performance or the stock price or the way the stock market works and applying it to AMC and saying, well, it's not going to go to $1,000 a share by next Friday, that type of stuff. We've been accused of being rude, bashing. That's not rude. It's not bashing. Okay? Your perception is fucked up because you've been led to believe some bullshit. So, pardon me if reality comes off as being rude, but you have no reference for what is true, right, good, or anything. Okay? Talking about FTDs demonstrates to me that you are ignorant. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. You, sir, you get nothing. And that's not from me. Anyway, yeah. Okay, where was we? Okay, yeah, ortex. So I'm just looking at the, thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. God damn. Monday, I'm just looking at the short interest, the SI percent. 18, 19, 19, 15, 14. Okay. So throughout the week, then we could say it started high, higher, and it went down. Okay. The other one I want to look at is borrowed change, or the return shares and all that. So we'll start with Friday then. Oh, they don't have it on Friday. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So Thursday returned 6 million, borrowed 3. So remember, this is 2 days off. It's T+2. So this would be, you know, theoretically Thursday, settlement Thursday. Tuesday, settlement Thursday. So net returned. Net returned here, 1 million, 1.5 million. Net borrowed. So Monday, Tuesday, net borrowed. Wednesday, Thursday, and presumably Friday, net returned. Net returned. What does that imply? Short covering. What do we see on the chart? Probably that. Yeah? Okay. What are they saying on Reddit? And the voice channel is open to if anybody wants to come in. I think we're heading in the right direction. Our Billie Eilish listening event was a great success. We filled seats at almost 10 times the normal rate for a Thursday afternoon. Wow. Thank you, Billy, for sharing your great talent with your fans at AMC Theaters. Time to support the company again. Oh, 2021. Right. Okay. Again, that was 2021. Weekend chart update. The CAT system. Newly certified ape. Oh boy. Just here for the good vibes. Well, you're in the wrong place for that. Good Lord. One newly ruined life? Check. This goes back, I think, to Trey trades and that whole era, because he knew this. He knew this. He was not dumb. He knew this, and he did it, but he lied publicly. He did not tell his followers that he sold, that he took profits, that he made the profits of $1 million. One of the major leaders in this, the one who convinced thousands, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people to dump their money into this. That person, unbeknownst to everyone, cashed out, lied about it, and still didn't come clean, even after he did a national interview in a financial tabloid magazine, part publication, Benzinga. Even after that, even after he disclosed it publicly there, he still did not tell his followers on his channel. I mean, talk about disgusting. Talk about fraudulent. Talk about illegal. Talk about scumbag. Talk about complete disregard for anyone else. Talk about a narcissistic fuck. And then what did he do? He ran away from YouTube like a fucking scared cockroach. Because that's what he is. It's all he is. He's a piece of fucking shit. But he convinced people in June, July 2021. This isn't the squeeze. That wasn't the squeeze. The squeeze is coming. All of his emotional pleas, his fucking cat props, his mom, his health problems, all the bullshit that motherfucker used to manipulate people. It's unconscionable, really. And it's fucking excusable, and it's unforgivable. And giving out a few $10,000 tips at Applebee's and wherever, what a limp fucking dick way to try to make up for your just being a complete fucking douchebag. And that, even that, in and of itself, was another manifestation of a douchebag. Trey Collins is a fucking piece of shit. And if I ever encounter that motherfucker, first of all, I won't recognize him because he looks like what the Teddy Zane Doge Warrior wishes he looked like. I wouldn't recognize him, but if I did, anyway, yeah, they instilled this idea that if they continue to hold their worthless shares, somehow it hurts short sellers. And it's like, look at the volume. Okay, let's just assume, incorrectly, but let's assume that no apes did sell during this whole fucking thing here. Guess what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter because somehow 634 million shares were able to be sold. 529 million shares were able to be sold on Tuesday. And 183 million were able to be sold on Wednesday. And 125 million were able to be sold on Thursday. And 88 million were able to be sold on fucking Friday. So even if you didn't sell your worthless fucking shares, which you should have, make no mistake, you absolutely should have. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, why didn't you? Because you're a fucking clown who still subscribes to the Trey Collins line of bullshit, and you aren't ready to admit that you were led to destruction by a complete fucking moron. So, by the way, it does not hurt Wall Street for you to hold shares of anything. That is the dumbest fucking shit that anybody could ever fucking convince anybody else of. And no, it's not because of synthetic shares or naked shorts. It's because you don't understand how the fuck it works. Oh, and the other side of that coin, short selling doesn't hurt companies. In the same way that buying shares of a company doesn't help a company. It's simply a fucking bet. Idiots. Absolute fucking idiots. And they deserve to lose everything, by the way. They will, and they are. They, especially after this. We've never had sympathy. We have never had sympathy. But we focus mostly on the grifters. Now, I feel the glove's coming off for the apes. Hey, you know, if the glove doesn't fit, then I must quit, you know, pretending like I care. I never did pretend like I care, but I avoided it. Now, you had lightning strike twice. I keep seeing people saying that. I like that. Lightning struck twice. And still you're holding out for a third fucking time. Give me a fucking break. You are truly, truly an idiot. Okay, anyway. Let's watch a couple more things here. And it's probably getting late. Oh, it's only 10? Wow. Okay. Oh boy, the masked investor's back. Look at this. The unmasked idiot.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. On Friday and on Saturday, I came down with what I would believe is a stomach flu and was not doing the best at all. Did not stream for the first time in a long time on Friday and took the day off yesterday to kind of rest, relax, and get back to it. Still not 100%, but I'm going to try my best to get this content out to you guys, because I do have tons of different thoughts and ideas in regards to what we're currently seeing in the market. The market is pushing all-time highs. Things are looking decent. Several of the memes have taken some significant steps back, which if following the channel on Monday, on Tuesday, and on Wednesday of last week, we said specifically with the with two big memes we have been running in the market, GME and AMC, we said, hey, look, let's look both ways before we cross the road here. Let's look for some certain levels to hold up as support. If not, they're going to come back down to those last levels. For AMC, we said, if we cannot see this thing hold above 710 to finish the week, we're going to see a significant pullback down towards 437. AMC closed at 440. With GameStop, we said, if we cannot see this thing hold above 34.99, 35 to keep it simple, we can see this thing pull back down towards 1942. We saw a day low of 1970, and it ended off the week at 2221. Not as specific for GameStop. I was a little bit more bullish than I thought it was going to be even after the gap down. That being said, at least we were cautious, at least we were aware, and at least we're playing this with an unbiased perspective, level by level. But I don't think that these names are done moving. I don't think the SPY is done moving, and I definitely don't think Bitcoin is done. It looks like this flag is structurally looking amazing. All right. If you guys have not yet, of course, smash the like button, guys.
Yes, yes, oh yes, this flag looks fucking amazing. Fucking flag. Where's the flag? Oh, this flag? This flag right here. Oh, you know that'll hold. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, what reason does it have not to? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just fulfilling a curiosity here, just looking to see what this garbage looks like. Okay. So buy Bitcoin, he says.
Engage with the video. For those of you guys who have already jumped into the Discord, we had ourselves a pretty solid end of the week, guys. We had ourselves 4 for 4 from Thursday into Friday. The swings with Mara and CLSK both did pan out. I rolled over the CLSK calls to a month out. Those also did go up 10%. And the last play of the week was an app
to troll me. I said, is his bullish flag that he's looking at as bullish as my sub and viewership numbers look like after, you know, Pulte tried to haphazardly troll me? Yeah, see, it would have been a lot more fun if I got actual Elon Musk instead of budget Z tier Elon Musk. Nah, that's not necessary. Unless you want to. Don't make me change your script.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion.
Can't wait till he
Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That
yeah, it's going to be great.
Subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that data. But like I tell every day, the data released us as false. It's going to give us a false narrative of the market so we can make bad trading decisions.
Okay, so he just got through saying that the data that they released to us is false, meant to give a false narrative of the market so you can make bad trading decisions. Now he's going to talk about some data that apparently is not false, or it, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he just said it was, but now he's going to tout it to support his point. So
don't trust me, bro, but trust me, bro.
Exactly.
Just listen. The cat system is sending shivers down the spines of these bad actors who like.
That's doubtful. That is extremely fucking doubtful.
To violate the rules of the market. They know that after May 31st, a lot of their fraud and corruption is going to be exposed. They know after May 31st, all those counterfeit AMC, GME shares, and like I tell you guys every day, they naked short other stocks also.
So, June 1st, when nothing changes, will you shut the fuck up? That's my question.
No.
To this fucker.
No, he won't.
What will the excuse be then? Oh, they found a new way around it. Oh, this. Oh, that. No. We're going to send the fucking Chinese death van to your fucking mom's house to pick you up. Because that's it. You are done. I am sick of hearing this shit. Everybody's sick of hearing your fucking shit. So you put a date on it, which was dumb. You painted yourself into a fucking corner. Congratulations. June 1st, you are done. He said if they know on May 31st that all this has to end because that's when the CAT system goes into effect. That's when they find out about all the billions of synthetic shares in AMC. Good. So then the next day or the following Monday, when nothing changes and he's on here bitching again, beware of the white electric van that pulls up outside your mom's fucking house. Donahue. You fucking clown. Former lawyer. Not of your own choice. Boy, and he sucks at, and good thing he can't be a lawyer. He sucks at it, doesn't he? Good God. The shit that he was happy that it was dismissed, that his case was dismissed without prejudice because he said, "Oh, that means that the court wants to hear my argument again." No, it doesn't. Anyway, here we go.
All that will be exposed by the CAT system, and they're going to be forced to cover their shares.
That's not the point. That is not what it was designed to do, by the way. It's not... Jesus Christ. I hate this guy.
And like I said before, the smaller hedge funds...
This is a Lou-ism.
...are probably going to try to get out first.
That's directly from Lou. Anybody who was here in 2021 who knows Lou versus Wall Street, who's now moved on to that big investment bank in the sky. This was a Louism. First, the little D's, little devils, then the big D, or the big devil, or Ken Griffin. Guy was a grifter. The world's better off without grifters. Take from that what you want. But I'm just saying, this is a Lou brain dead implant right here. What he's saying. I'm tracing the lineage back to Lou. Okay? All right.
Okay? The smaller hedge fund.
The small. We start with the small, then we roll up to the big. That's what Lou said.
And like I said before, the smaller...
Like Lou said before.
Smaller hedge funds are probably going to try to get out first. Okay? The smaller hedge funds are going to try to get out first because they are not protected. The bigger hedge funds, they donate or bribe politicians, so they feel that even if they're caught, there won't be any real consequences. But the smaller hedge funds, guess what? They don't have that political protection, so they are probably going to end up on the radar of the FBI and of the DOJ. But here's the crazy thing. As of May 1st, the CAT system has already identified 7.13 billion share inconsistencies, okay? Already, and it has not been fully implemented yet. So,
yeah.
I would like a source for that.
Yeah. I'm not going to look it up, but,
I'm not either. Look, it's his argument. Like, this is the point I'm at with these clowns.
Yep.
We just got done with it Saturday night with Michael. Look, if you're going to make the argument and can't produce your sources and citations, then I don't give a fuck. I'm at the point now, I'm not going to do your homework for you.
Right.
I'm not your bitch boy. You got a stupid fucking argument. Produce the evidence or shut the fuck up.
Correct. Yep. Russell's teapot, baby.
Imagine what's going to happen when it's fully implemented. It's also identified 107 million option contract errors. And I wonder why. Is it because these guys sell us naked calls? They sell naked puts? They
naked
don't have
calls
the shares.
aren't illegal! What
yeah,
the fuck?
I don't know what his...
Naked calls are not illegal, you dumb shit.
Right. Plus, you still have to post collateral. So
yep.
It doesn't matter if you don't have the shares or not. That's what they don't understand. That's one of the big things that they don't understand. They think that shares matter. No, it's all about fucking money. It is all about money. If they don't have the shares, guess what? They'll just pay.
Didn't you have to buy them on exercise or pay the cash?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Nobody and who wants the shares anyway? Just pay the fucking money.
They just heard the word naked and it must be illegal because naked shorting's illegal. So naked calls must be illegal too. What?
Right.
You're retarded. Shut up.
Right. And increasingly, I'm finding in my research, this is a controversial hot take. The negative reaction against naked short selling after 2008 was basically theater. In other words, naked shorting really isn't that big of a. It's not what these guys think it is. Even if it does happen, it actually can be beneficial to markets. But I'll get into that. We'll talk about that another time. But Google Scholar search naked short selling. There's plenty of research and evidence about this. It's taking place right now. It's actually very fascinating because naked short sellers, even more so than short sellers, are informed traders. They have information. They are information-based traders, which is, means that they know what they're doing. It means that they are going to be profitable. It means that it's correct for the market. It is the correct play, in other words. Anyway, just keep going here.
Don't have the funds. They just put it out there. You know why? Because there's no consequences for breaking the law. And then when Friday comes, if the call's about to go into the money, they just, go into the dog pools, send the sell orders to the lit exchange, keep the buy orders in the dog pool to push the price right back down.
That doesn't even make any sense. That's not how that works. This guy thinks that the market maker theoretically cares which way the stock goes. Maybe they do.
They're never directional.
But in terms of the the way that the whole thing is set up, no, they're not directional, because customers come in and say, hey, I want to short this. Hey, I want to go long on this. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that. They have to be able to do all of that.
Let's make money on the spread.
And not lose money. Yeah, exactly. They can't lose money. The way that they think that it works is like if you tried to be a market maker, but you didn't have any money, you didn't have any capital, you would need the stock to go a certain way. But that's not how it is. What the fuck? All I have to my name is 50,000 AMC shares, and so I'm going to go to the market and I'm going to put those up as a market maker and I'll sell them to people. Well, then in that case, yeah, it does matter what AMC does, but that's not how it works. It's not how it works. I mean, they're operating off of anyway.
But now the CAT system's gonna expose it. If it already exposed billions of inconsistencies, billions, by May 1st, what's gonna happen on June 1st? That number's gonna be 5 times, 10 times, 20 times?
Logical fallacy. number 3 probably I've heard so far.
Inconsistencies, more errors.
His entire video
Bottom line is
logical.
this.
Yeah.
So you just stop.
And
on
I'm
a
not here to
random point
buy,
and you've got
hold, or
one.
sell any stock. I believe, and this is just my opinion, a whole lot of stocks are going to go, well, maybe not to the moon, but they're going to start rising. They're going to start
you reeled himself back
trading
in there.
at their
He hedged his statement.
He edged his bullshit statement.
Yeah. And increasingly, he is using hedges in his language. I've noticed this.
All of them are.
Yeah, they have
I
to
have
be.
a feeling they're realizing the Titanic sinking on them.
Well, but who was that last one? The one who said, he himself earlier said that, after the 31st, they won't be able to hide it anymore.
real value, because the bad actors are not going to be able to engage as much corruption and fraud as they have been engaged in the last 36 months.
There no evidence to support any of that. Look at this fucking.
There never is.
This is what. There never is. The only evidence, and it's not evidence, but the only thing that they can point to is that the stock price went down. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that they can actually point to. The stock price went down. Other than that, they have no clue why. And really, nobody does. Well, we can make educated guesses. I mean, look at the fundamentals of the company, for example. Look at the dilution of the share of the float, for example. It takes more now to make it move as much as it did with less volume before. There's many things, but why would anybody engage in fraud or crime to make the price of a company that's already on its way out, on its last leg, in the last phases of its life as a corporation, or the later stages? Why would anybody engage in fraud and crime to do something that doesn't even, the point of which is not even to bring the price down? Short selling, the point isn't to bring the price down. How many times do we have to fucking say this? You're placing a bet because you think the price will go down. You think more people will sell. You, as a short seller of GameStop, you didn't think that you were pushing the price down, did you? You thought the price would go down. So you placed that bet with the market, with another trader in the market. You didn't try to affect the drop in price. You simply try to profit off of it from another private fucking party in the market, which has nothing to do with the company. This guy doesn't even understand the fucking basics of long and short positions. What a fucking dildo.
Okay. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think.
You don't want me to tell you what I think. You do not want that. And he won't allow it either.
Last time I told him what I thought, he had a big pout on his YouTube channel.
Yeah? All right.
He did a video response to it one time. I can't remember where it was, but it was funny.
What is this? The biggest wealth transfer in history. Now, I did a video or something.
Probably not the way that he thinks it's the biggest wealth transfer.
Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably not what I would.
We're about to witness the biggest wealth transfer.
What's that?
It is a short.
Yeah.
We're about to witness the biggest wealth transfer, or biggest transfer of wealth.
So
the thing is with the GME and AMC stuff, we had some GME's been pulling back like crazy, filled this gap entirely. From the high, we're about to witness the biggest wealth transfer, or biggest transfer of wealth.
That's it.
So the thing
That
is,
was
with the GME and AMC stuff, we had some GME's been pulling back like crazy, filled this gap entirely from the high. We're about to witness the biggest
okay
or biggest
worst short ever.
Life I want back.
Yeah, right. How about data zero?
It's cost to borrow levels showing that.
Huh?
I've got a short for you that you'll laugh at.
Okay, so
go to my most recent short just for the lulz of it.
All right, we'll do that one next.
It's cost to borrow levels showing that price might be able to maintain these higher levels as well. Cost to borrow.
So he's using cost to borrow.
Borrow is, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So sick of hearing about this from these yahoos. Cost to borrow is broker dependent, you fucking numpty.
Yeah, and also, how in the fuck are you going to talk about the price of the stock relative to the cost to borrow? Like the cost to borrow influencing the stock price. Okay. All right, let's hit this again.
Borrow levels showing that price might be able to maintain these higher levels as well. Cost to borrow is in.
Guess what? No, it fucking didn't, and it's not going to. You fucking dildo.
Really great with this guy. This guy.
He's a fuck boy.
His username intentionally.
Yeah.
It's not by accident. He picked it intentionally. Data zero. What great advertisement.
Oh yeah.
No data to be found here.
Yeah, I've been calling him zero data since the beginning. And if I don't get my tongue tied, data, zero data, zero. I don't know. Anyway.
Nothing intelligent to be found here, guys.
Not
meme stocks. It directly affects price. When you see cost to borrow spike up, you're going to see that price spike up. I've told you this many times in the channel. If you're new to the channel, this might be the first time you hear me saying this, but I say it all.
Yeah, no. I mean, you would see an increase in demand for shorting a stock, which would then push the cost to borrow theoretically up, possibly, but that would be a cause and effect relationship. And it would not be the cost to borrow first.
Reversed.
Yeah. There's no way, unless you got inside information, which this fuck does not have. So, yeah.
Cost to borrow is very, very key for watching the meme stocks. You guys can see AMC sitting at 6.27%.
Oh, boy, that's breaking the bank. 6.27%. Oh, no.
So they both have elevated cost to borrow levels, still sitting at higher ranges. Price still sitting at higher ranges. In fact, price looking very similar to the cost to borrow charts, seeing a massive push up, pulling back, but starting to level out. You guys can see price doing the same thing. Massive push up, pulling back,
massive
level out.
Okay.
Now here on the MACD, it's showing us that it's consolidating.
I mean, okay, I guess if depending on how you look at it, I suppose
I can't see what's
suppose it
going
is
on with
massive.
the stupid MACD line there because it's so scrunched.
Yeah, check it out. Like, yeah, oh yeah, look, the price spiked massively. Oh wow, look at that massive price spike. 300 over 3x. Wow. But then you zoom out and you see, it fits the same fucking pattern of each one of these pumps getting progressively more limp dick as it goes along. Like you had all these pumps and dumps, all these short covering rallies, Now you got one literally all the way down here. In fact, we have to do a polygonal section or an extended line, maybe. Oh, fuck, not that. Where we can draw it through multiple points. Well, I know how I can do it with just my bounded polyline. Okay. Each time it's a little bit lower and lower and lower. There. Boom. Yeah, great. Just like we predicted 2-3 fucking years ago. Because that's how short squeezes fucking work. The first time is the best time. And if you didn't lose it on your first time, well, if you ain't first,
I can't wait
you're
till
last.
They try and pump options. I can't wait till they try and pump options Monday like they did last Monday, and get and because I would love for them to try and drive it back up so I can crush them on Wednesday when data comes in.
I think it's over because.
I think it's over too.
I mean, we already saw.
Gonna try.
Yeah, they'll try. I mean, it depends on who whose they is here, but look at this volume.
They is the morons we talk about.
The day before, 24 million, and then literally 522 million, and then the big one, 634 million. Okay. Then it dropped off, halved the next day, halved again the next day. And it's down to 100 million.
Attacking the delta hedging of those options.
And then
as more and more of them are out of the money, slowly the squeeze went away because you tried to do a gamma squeeze and you only read one of the 4 options Greeks and forgot about theta.
Right. Because let's look at this. This is 1 week here. This all happened in 1 week.
It's ironic that you noticed how it halved. Theta, all the way down.
And it's not that uncommon for these things to happen Monday, Tuesday, pumps, and Wednesday is the often pivotal day, like literally where a pivot occurs. Although here I think it happened on Tuesday, but either way, you had 1 to 2 days of straight up just relentless pumping. And let's break it down. Really 1 day and after hours of relentless pumping, and then dump, and then you get a little limp dick here, and then this right here, this after hours on Tuesday, this is insidious, because how many people bought calls down in here?
Hours.
Yeah. How many people bought calls down in here? When I say insidious, I mean, it's genius on their part, on Wall Street's part. So you have a rip, then you have a dip. Well, what do? They buy the dip. So everybody loads up on call contracts here when the IV is probably fucking massive anyway, too. Implied volatility, I was looking at it through the week. Monday, it was fucking stupid. Okay? So if you're buying in at high IV, good luck. You're probably going to get IV crushed if nothing else.
Crushed.
And that's not even a Greek. So anyway.
Well, it's an important one because IV is the biggest component into the price.
That's correct, but it's not, technically it's not a Greek though.
Correct.
It's not one of the Greeks. Vega is, but that's telling you how much the option price changes per 1% change of implied volatility. But implied volatility is computed. It comes out of the equation. So.
And it raw dogs you.
Yeah. In other words, the only way to get it is by having every other variable. Anyway, so, but what it's telling you is that, you probably don't want to be buying options when it's high. Okay, so everybody bought call contracts some point here. Then in after hours, it looked like it's coming back. And then the next morning.
Well, that's because after hours,
boom.
like I keep trying to explain this to people, and they there's people in Discord chats that still don't believe me. After hours is where retail manipulates the market. All the market makers go home, liquidity dries up. The only people that participate in, there's probably some hedge funds, but they know that the spreads are stupid, that you're going to get fucked. And so the only people that really use after hours is retail to manipulate the price. These are all, those two spikes in after hours, it's all phony baloney nonsense.
Well, it's all phony baloney nonsense to me, but yeah, in that sense. But
different stages on the staircase of phony baloney.
Look at how it returned to, kind of normal-ish looking stuff. Still elevated volume, but more normal like this back here, over here on the last 2 days, last 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Still continuing down, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't know how anybody could see that and think that that's any different than something like this right here. this one, any of these, that might have been based on earnings or something, but any of these that are not based on earnings, like this one here, you know, and I guarantee you this correlates with another market-wide, you know, short covering rally, which they always almost do, you know. So, and what did the market do on Friday? I mean, it was basically flat, but on a weekly basis, I honestly don't know. It was up. I know that. Yeah, of course, it was solidly up. Everything's up. Everything's up. Everything's great. Full steam ahead. So, let's see. Yeah, is it all over? We've never said that it was all over. That'd be foolish. But what we did say was that, yeah, you're going to have some pumps and dumps, and you might be able to make some money, but each one is going to be lower than the last, and eventually it's just going to fizzle out, which is, I mean, come on, that's what's happening. Jim Cramer didn't tell me that. Over on Super Stonk, they're talking about Peruvian bull found the swaps data. I don't know. I don't have time for that.
Doing these things, I was obviously looking more and more at GameStop and seeing.
Oh God, this is that trade spotting fuck, that Irish revolutionary guy. Oh my God, this guy is certifiable. This guy is dangerous.
How roaring Keith Gill was handling it himself, you know, so admirably. And then was watching and doing live stream in the congressional hearing where he was talking about how he perceived the market from a perspective of a retail trader, and the whole thing was set up in quite what felt to be quite an accusatory manner, directed at him and the retail, when it had only happened because Vlad and Ken had made sure allegedly had made sure the buy button disappeared. So I was watching that congressional hearing, and to that point, most of my message had been delivered in a humorous tone, and I'd never really.
I wonder if his nose is crooked because he's been punched so many fucking times. I don't know, but I get that urge. I'm a righty though, so maybe I can fix it for him.
Really got that angry. And
I'm kidding.
To the point where somebody asked Roaring Kitty how many people were in the room with him, and of course he said he was alone. And then they asked Ken Griffin how many people were in the room with him, and he said, I think 8 or 9. And those 8 or 9 people were clearly highly paid lawyers who were making sure he said exactly the right thing at exactly the right time. And I got so angry that imbalance in the markets had made its way to Congress and was facing down a guy just like you or me in an incredibly intimidating environment, when he was, to many people, an example of how you can change your life and change the world. And I felt like... You think you're going to do this? You think this? You think you're going to get away with this? Like, no, he's not alone. He might be in his room alone, but there are millions of us in rooms alone.
The problem here is that, well, this guy is dangerous. This is that trade spotting guy, that Irish revolutionary guy.
Oh.
And he just was talking about
on the spectrum,
Keith Gill.
Got it.
Yeah, check
9. And those 8 or 9 people were clearly highly paid lawyers who were making sure he said exactly the right thing at exactly the right time. And I got so angry that imbalance in the markets had made its way to Congress and was facing down a guy just like you or me in an
But the problem is that Keith Gill was not just like you or me. I don't know.
He's a financial professional, like a real professional, not like a Morant's professional.
A Morant's professional. Right.
Professional. I get paid to talk about the stock. That's not how it works.
Right. No.
Deep fucking value actually had deep fucking value. Keith Gill, Roy and Kitty, whatever you want to call him by.
Yes.
Had an actual license and worked for an actual professional financial firm.
That's right. He did. So, I mean, now am I alleging any misconduct or malfeasance? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, everybody thinks that Keith Gill was some random. I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know that until later in 2021.
All right, I'm gonna have to drop off this live stream. They just blew the tornado warning sirens.
Oh yeah. All right. I heard that there was stuff out there. I'm gonna pull up the radar. We'll keep our eye on for you. Good luck. Yep. We do actually have. Oh yeah, we got a tornado. We got a tornado warning. We got a couple tornado warnings in Kansas. Let me pull up my radar. This is professional NextRad radar here that I have. Hang on one second, and I will get that because it is fascinating. We have many interests here, not just retarded stocks. Let's see. I need a window to get this from. There we go. We'll have that there momentarily. Okay, there we go. This radar. This is GR level 3, which is a NextRad radar viewer. Fairly high end. And let's load some data. So we've just pivoted to a storm tracking channel, I guess. No. And let me bring the warnings window in here too, so we can see that. Can I not do that? Active warnings. I need my active warnings window. Okay. We can do it another way. Well, so this would be probably the relevant warning, which is outlined right here in red. And this is identifying the cell, which says that this does have rotation. Let's see. We're in central time here. we have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located 6 miles south of Dover, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. Tornado and quarter-size hail, radar indicated rotation. Take cover now. Radar indicated tornado. So it's going to pop up over here. And if we look at the storm relative velocity, this is you can sort of start to see right here at the end. Go all the way to the end here. See this signature. So what we're looking at here is, right here is our radar. This is where the radar actually is. Of course, and it's measuring, sending out radar, and it's bouncing off the clouds and it's coming back 360 degrees around this radar globe, right? So this is the echo of the radar, but we have all kinds of other products that can be computed off of that data, like relative velocity, storm relative velocity. And so what this does is it this is wind speed in knots, and it's literally the relative movement from the radar. So remember, the radar's here. This is the edge of the storm. Essentially, the cold front, right? So when you look at relative velocity and you see strong winds in one direction right next to strong winds in another direction, in the opposite direction, that is a very strong indicator of a mesocyclone or rotation or a tornado. So that's fascinating. And this whole area here is warning, and a new warning just popped up actually out there, right along the same line. So storm relative velocity, very interesting. So we hope everything's good out there. Sorry for that little diversion there, but you know, I figure we might as well, you know, stay informed. By the way, that new warning also is radar indicated. So far, there's been no actually confirmed tornadoes, but we'll know if actually there is one in Oklahoma. Nope, that one's also radar indicated. But it says it's confirmed a large and extremely dangerous tornado near located over western Oklahoma City. Okay. Tornadoes are absolutely horrifying, terrifying. This guy's dangerous. Not as dangerous as a tornado. FTD is going to explode through the roof. Probably not. What does that have to do with off-exchange exempt short volume? I mean, these guys, they have no clue. Okay, we have one more video here that I'm going to let play. And then we'll probably either switch back to tornado chasing or call it a night.
These bullshit ass YouTubers come out and they'll talk to them like, yeah, we're the same. We're partners. We got to all get along. It's like, no, we are not. Ryan Cohen is in GameStop. You want to support retail? You want to support GameStop and that's what you're all about? Then why the hell aren't you buying GameStop? What is it that you think you're missing? Why is it that when GameStop starts rattling cages up in this bitch, everyone follows suit? It's not because they're all connected. It's because they have to run with GameStop. There's collateral out there. I guarantee you. I put this on my son's life. 3 years ago, if no one's buying into AMC, GameStop's still running today. But all you guys got bamboozled by a damn sexting 69-year-old asking girls to 69 that are just happen to be 59 years younger than them.
There's that right-wing joke he made.
Where will the money come from?
Play on words.
All of us profit tens of thousands. Tens of thousands. Bro, we were all up hundreds thousands, this last week. Yeah, I don't think you understand. In the world of investing, there's winners and losers. And there's billions of dollars on the playing field. But private equity and hedge funds, they have the world's wealth in it. It's not like a person you're bankrupting. You're not bankrupting a person. You're bankrupting an institution. A whole pension plan. 30,000 people's retirement fund. You want to know where the money's at? The same people that walk into those boardrooms and lobby to those unions, to those pension boards, says, give me your money. Let me invest all of your employees' money, and I will make you a profit. And I'm going to give you 20%. I'm going to give you 30%. That's what you're up against. They're going to lose. You're not meant to win, though. Let's see how it all works out. The biggest bet made in human history is on GameStop. Yes, absolutely. Especially if you can hold it and you can withstand all this bullshit, man. In the chat right now is because I can. Because I can. What's going on, babe?
Give me a sec. I'm driving a bit. I'll be right back.
Oh, no problem. I got you. I got other people in the chat. We're good. Also in the chat, if you unmute yourself, Dan, if you're Dan Olson, feel free to unmute yourself. But Dan, what's going on, Dan?
No, I'm not Dan Olson, but I want to ask about your about Max Payne. How does that work exactly?
So every week there's a certain percentage of call contracts written, and Max Payne just means that at that exit price it would actually generate the most volatility and equity within the stock itself. So you have X amount of call contracts in the money versus the puts themselves. So they go calls versus puts, and they have like this meeting point, this point where they cross and they dissect. Today, this week, I believe it was $18, $19 in that range. So anything above that, if you could ride a little bit lower, it would actually hurt some people even a little more. But they're still in pain. I mean, this is right now. This is it. So let me show you that really quick though, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There is a Max Payne calculator, and it'll show you right here. So Max Payne, boom.
Are they all rushing to tell him he's wrong? Is that what all those messages are?
So right here, Max Payne, it tells you on the chart is right here, $21.33. That's the stock price. Max Payne was $25. So $25 was Max Payne right here. So that's where the calls and the puts met up at that breaking point. Too many calls versus puts at 30, but right there, that's where they're the closest. So that's called Max Payne. That's it. It's really easy. But I will tell you this, the amount of call contracts.
Yeah, it's really easy if you don't understand it.
Do we know? Yeah, I can get on a different chart. Let's go to Stonko meter. Stonko tracker. GameStop. Right here. So this is a quick rundown. 222 was the price, which is phenomenal, if you ask me. SSR is on for next week. Calls expiring in the money in June 7th, or 7,000 and some change.
Oh boy.
They already have the next week of going. They don't want to show me this last week? What the hell's going on here? I want to know what happened this week. Why are they showing what? Hold up. Hold up, guys. Why are they not showing me? It's right here. Yeah, why are they showing me? Why won't they show me today? That's not normal. They usually don't just go straight to the next week. Wow, that's weird. I can still look it up a different way.
Yeah, you could.
That's just the easiest way. Calls in the money.
Oh my God.
GME. I just typed.
Fantastic.
So here we go. So options change as far as calls.
Yeah, now you're going to have to add them up manually.
These were all these guys in the money right here? Yeah, 2-5. There we go. Okay, so.
But that, what is it?
And 7,500 there.
This is the problem
here
with this simplistic understanding. It doesn't matter how many fucking calls are in the goddamn money. It doesn't fucking matter. Especially on Friday. Jesus Christ. It's all fucking brain dead.
Another 9,000.
This is all a waste of fucking time.
Oh, right here. So 11, 18, 22, 40, 41, 42, 44 at least. Another 44,000? So we missed out on the hundreds of thousands? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but right now I only see 44,000. Maybe it'll type it up a different way. But that's fine.
Well, you're looking at, first of all, you're looking at May 24th. May 24, 2024. Let's see. Last Friday was the 17th, big boy. So that's not even... This is why I pause videos. This is why I look at what's on screen and read. Jesus Christ. This guy is... So he's this sloppy with something like this. He's answering a question from somebody that has the good fortune of being called on to join his voice chat, right? I think that's only reserved for people who pay money. So, assuming that's true, somebody paid money, and now they're allowed to talk to this idiot, and they asked him a question, and he's completely clueless. In fact, he's even showing the option chain for next week. Let's see if he notices.
I'll type it up a different way, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I should go back into reading these damn these filings. That's what I'm going to.
And yeah, I should go.
How about this? Well, you guys talk about how you feel.
What a dick.
The filing. Let me move this. Move tab to this window here.
And if you can believe it, the people in his Discord are even more toxic than he is. I don't know how it's possible, but it seems to be the case.
Dan, yeah. So max pain just means where it calls and puts. It's gonna eventually the most winners and losers on the derivatives chain.
That's not even an explanation. You didn't even say anything there. You said nothing.
So right now, $25 was it. That's not a big deal. We just want to make sure that we have a gamma rolling over, and right now it's 40,000 call contracts from what I can see plus. That's pretty good. Our charter authorizes us to issue up to 5 million shares of preferred stock.
So he just totally blew that off.
To determine the voting power purposes, I believe they're worth like 100 shares apiece, but I don't know what the weight is of the preferred shares. But
who cares?
Keep reading this because they obviously put this out here for a reason. Redemption of depository shares.
Yeah. Probably not the reason that you think. Oh my God. What a delusional person. Let's see here. What did I miss? I know I missed some things. Ape Andy. What's this one? Oh, Ricky Gutierrez. You know what? Donahue George has this great trend of telling us why a stock did not run up, or telling us not the non-reason why a stock ran up. In other words, you'll see what I mean.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes. Anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See that I'm thinking, see, I'm analyzing that data, but like I tell every day, the data released us is false. I'm going to give some false narrative of the market so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen, today was the best day we have had in, 2021, 2022.
This is from Monday.
This was a great day.
Last Monday.
And this is just my opinion. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GME. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell AMC. I'm telling you this. They tried to make us believe that because Roaring Kitty sent out a tweet, that is why GME ran today. Listen to me. GME did not run because of any tweet from Roaring Kitty. Okay? The bad acts are down over $1 billion on the day. GME ran because they're running out of liquidity. They're running out of liquidity, and they can't keep increasing the price forever. And on top of that, the CAT system is kicking in on May 31st. And the smaller, and it's just my opinion, the smaller bad actors want out the play. They know.
Here we go with that little D narrative.
The most. The last person to leave the burning movie theater probably ends up getting burned. We have been
Somebody thought that was funny.
bad actors for over 3 years. They have been able to do whatever they want with the market, but a lot of us stayed in the play, a lot of us diamond-handed, and we've been fighting them since day one. I believe, and this is just my opinion.
Did he say that they've been fighting them since day one? I know he said day one, but it sounded like he said they won, which is actually accurate.
That the market is going to get even crazier prior to May 31st. Because after May 31st, everything that they've been doing in the dark is going to come to light.
Yeah, right.
And then AMC, GME, and other stocks that they've been naked shorting, I believe is going to run. So when they tell you that.
But so why did it, if they're going to run when CAT system is implemented on the 31st, then why did they run on the 13th when it wasn't fully implemented? Like, it seems like it would go the opposite way then, because it's going to run later. This doesn't make any sense, Don. What bullshit are you spinning here?
That Roaring Kitty tweet made GME run. I believe that's absolute nonsense. GME ran because they're running out of liquidity. They had to focus on AMC, but their liquidity is so screwed up that they can't control both.
I wish he would explain what he means by that, but I doubt he ever will.
GME is going to continue to run. I believe AMC is going to continue to run, and I believe after May 31st, a lot of other stocks are going to start reflecting their true price because the naked shorters aren't going to be able to do what they've been doing for the last 36 months. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think GME ran?
Why? Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Besides, it didn't play out that way. It played out this way. But it's gonna do this, bro. Yeah. Well, if it does, we'll be here to see it. But other than that, I got to go to bed. 13 is the opposite of 31. Good point. Good point. It is code. It is code. Yeah, you're right. You know, they know a lot about code over here on Stupid Stonk. this on my son's life. Yeah, we heard that. God. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Oh, there is one more, actually. Wait, which one is
Hi
this?
guys, welcome back to Marant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is a one-take session, no edits, no cuts, about GameStop. Now, I know GameStop announced a lot of things yesterday, and everyone was scrambling to be the first to the table to give you their idea of what they're doing. I brainstormed on it on the live stream last night, but more so this morning I'm reflecting on it. And I want to explain a lot of little nuances of the deal and what's moving forward for GameStop so you can be a more informed investor, myself included. You know, I'm trying to learn as I go, and seeing what GameStop does, it kind of triggers me to a point to say, wow, they're doing this next. This is awesome. And I'm always trying to find out what's the next best thing for GameStop. And here's how it all works out. First, let's talk about the preliminary Q1 earnings numbers. So they announced in the pre-market yesterday, for the first time in a very long time, they actually announced what the Q1 was going to do. Preliminary hearing, here's the revenue, here's the net losses, and then here's the improvements, right? So those numbers, in all actuality, by themselves are great. If you really look at it, and I'm not talking about top line revenue because we don't know how many stores were closed. I was watching
No.
video.
No.
For having this mindset, because I was like, wow, okay, that makes total sense.
What a fucking
world of recruitment.
ridiculous
So I was like, you know
take.
what? They could be closing stores Q1. They could be shortening the footprint like they have previously. And this is the time to do it. And he's absolutely correct. But here's the other part of that. Do you know why GameStop announced their numbers at all? Because when you do an ATM at the market offering, the shelf offering that GameStop has announced, 45 million shares they want to sell. When you do the ATM, you have to protect yourself legally. You cannot offer shares off of non-publicly traded information. So what are they doing? They're going to tell you what the numbers are. You're going to decide if you want to invest into this company anyway. Now they're going to offer the 45 million shares. But the best part about the ATM is GameStop doesn't need cash. It shows you that they still have $1 billion cash.
Right.
For whatever reason, they had $217 million cash burn for Q1, which doesn't make sense unless they bought into something, i.e. more marketable securities, or they doubled down on
they're inefficient.
I'm not going to assume there. I'm going to let them announce it.
That's his two choices. That's the two choices of where the money went. Wow. I mean, if he's actually being serious, he has a massive blind spot. If he's not, he's being disingenuous and he's a fucking tool. Either way he is, but wow. Those are the two choices. Okay. Have fun. Okay.
With you, but there's no way GameStop operates at a net loss of $25 million for the quarter, less than the 50 that they lost last year versus year. So they did better improvement, yet they lost $200 million. It's not possible. So we'll find out what it is. And we know assets versus liabilities. If anybody ever wants to talk about like operational debt, GameStop has the best ratio it's ever had, 2 times assets versus liabilities. It's the best ratio they've ever had. 2.11, I believe, is the ratio on what they call current ratio.
Yeah, because they're not actually doing anything. They're not taking any chances. They're not trying to push in. Yeah. I mean, that's not necessarily something to be proud of there, Haas.
So I'm looking at the business from all standpoints, and it looks like GameStop has the ability to announce anything.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're looking at it from one standpoint, the standpoint that you want it to be. I mean, all right, see ya. You're looking at it from the standpoint that you want to see it from. Wow. This is some bullshit.
That gets my heart going, right? That gets me so excited. But just know what they're doing. The ATM is totally different than any other ATM you've seen. And I'll explain it to you in the likes.
You know, you are a cult leader who can spin anything or thinks he can. It's different than any other ATM. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, for fucking God's sake. I swear to God, I can't fucking take this guy. He is so absurd
of AMC to be the equivalent. You know, AMC's shares on their company numerous amount of times. Adam Aron announces the ATM, but then he also announces.
Guess what? Every time they fucking do, you sit there and say, well, guess what? GameStop didn't have to do this. Now GameStop's doing it, and you're still bashing AMC. Fuck off, you fucking idiot. Marantz rants. The worst fucking grifter. The worst influence on retail investors on YouTube. Hands down, bar none. Period. Marantz rants is more destructive and more insidious than any motherfucker out there. Even Trey, only because Trey's not here. Otherwise, it'd be neck and neck. But this guy is clueless. And that narcissism, that ego, it's a fucking losing combination. And anybody listening to that guy, good fucking luck.
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible!
Here's the latest on the weather situation.
You work to change things.
You're being a little bitch! What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
You know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven a complete imbecile in the matter.
Looks like it's kind of
Okay, so well,
man, fuck.
a couple of the warnings expired.
Understand what I'm saying?
There's no more rotation. Well, there's a couple, but
is that what you're saying?
Looks like it's fizzling out.
Is that what you're saying?
At least there.
Are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know. I don't really think...
Thanks, everybody.
And then all of a sudden you change the world.
We'll catch you sometime. I'm trying to get some time this week to have a stream. We'll see. But, you know, it's just tough. Have a good night. Don't let those CEOs play you like a fiddle. Or those grifters on YouTube. They'll get you. Have a good night. See ya.